Mr. Emert, you have a child, Bryce, who is overpowered, spoiled, disruptive, has behavioral problems. I don't even listen to kids like that. It doesn't matter what they say to me. It's not healthy, and frankly, he's really close to being put in a boarding school.
Your Honor, there's nothing wrong with Bryce. It's clear you don't know him or me. Why do you want to take him away from me?
Rob is charged with kidnapping and given no bail, and remains in custody for not kidnapping his own son. Even murderers get bail. It's clear the San Diego DA has a vendetta against Robert.
Ever since my dad's been out of my life, I've been suffering. I haven't been able to tell much people. I just tell people, adults, because you're the best chance I have at basically, being a voice for me to basically say what my needs are. I really, everything has just been sideways since my dad's been out of my life. I miss him. I need him. Ever since I've been taken out of this equation, ever since I had the opportunity to just stay with my dad and have him basically teach me what I need to know and everything has just been great, because, there was a bunch of things going on at the time that were just stressing me out, and me being pulled from that, me having a choice, whether I wanted to deal with it or not, was great.
I'm so sorry that you've been suffering. I cannot even imagine how you're feeling. I can't even imagine how it would feel to have one of your parents not with you, especially a parent that's been in your life for your entire life.
Yeah.
And of course, somebody that you love and somebody it means a lot to you. So I'm sorry that you're kind of in the middle of this. And I'm even more sorry that you feel like your voice hasn't been heard, because I can tell you that from the bottom of my heart that my favorite thing in my job is getting to allow people who feel like they don't have a voice to get their voice heard.
That's great.
And so that's my favorite thing about what I do. And so it's certainly not trying to disrupt that. So I want you to know that. And so thank you for talking to us and telling us what you need and what you want. Your mom has also told us that that's what you want and what you need. And so just so you know that also, that's she's been very vocal with our office about that, about how she believes it's best that her dog be in your life.
I understand what she wants, and I don't agree with everything, the way she wants. And what I mean by that is, if she has told you she wants basically both my parents in my life, correct?
She hasn't actually said that she necessarily wants, needs to be in your life. I think most recently her concern is just making you happy, and also just making sure that we know that it's your wish that you be with your dad.
I need my dad in my life desperately. He's been a huge part of my life. He's always been there, he had my back during everything. Ever since, during my time where I was with him, for 14 months, just me and him, I grew up, I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for him. And my mom, I love her, but she hasn't had, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this, but,
You were with your dad for 14 months, so it's different, right? But your relationship with your dad is totally different than your relationship with your mom.
yeah,
Definitely.
my relationship with my mom is just, I try to have a relationship with her, but every single time I try, we always have, in short words, it always ends up in an argument. We always try to basically, figure out, it's just, we always have different opinions when it comes to everything, especially when it comes to this, and stuff about my dad.
Yeah.
And it's just, I can never really see myself having a good relationship with her. I've been, my dad has always encouraged me to have a relationship with her.
That's good.
It's just,
You've been through a lot, and you're still going through a lot. especially if your dad's not here with you.
I'm just suffering,
I'm so sorry about
Like, my dad's just been a huge advocate, for me my entire life, and he's just gone, I was living the time of my life last year, I was learning more, information from my dad than any teacher at a public school, I felt smarter, I felt better, and it just felt great. And having to be kind of pulled back into this really just doesn't feel good. And it's even worse. I don't even have my dad in my life anymore.
Yeah.
And I can't get to say whether or not I want to see him. And I knew that, was, always a thing, but it just makes me it really just makes me upset, even thinking why someone would basically make that, happen to me specifically. My dad is my best friend. He's always been my number one advocate, and I need him. If I got the chance to live with him full time again, I would take that chance. My mom, I love her, but I can't really ever see a relationship that's, happening between me and him. And there's times where she basically, where she tries to, start fights with me. She tries to basically get me upset, rile me up, just to get it on video and basically tell people that I'm incompetent or whatever. I don't understand why she does it, but she does, and nobody really seems to talk about it. Really just kind of hurt my feelings when she basically tries to, tell other people things that I wouldn't really want other people knowing, especially her friends and whatnot.
Thank you. Honestly, thank you for talking to us and letting us know how you feel. Because it's important for us to know this. I think for you, just to know the importance of kind of our role in it, because I don't want to take a side. You know what I mean? I don't represent your mom. I'm not her attorney. I don't represent your dad. I'm not his attorney. I'm sort of like you, are sort of in the middle. So it's important for me to sort of talk to you about it. And although I'm the one who has the case with your dad, my issue in the case is just his problem with the courts. And I think that is something that we're going to work out, because obviously we want to work that out, because I think everybody's goal, our goal included, is to make you happy and get you what you need. And if and if your need is having your dad in your life, that's not something we're trying to prohibit, but it also is going to take some responsibility on your dad's part, as far as his compliance with the court, whether that be the family court or the criminal court. I think once he understands that no one's trying to take him from you or you from him, but there are rules that everybody, myself included, you included, your sister included, your dad included, your grandma included, everybody included, everybody has to follow the law. And as long as he's willing to agree to that, we can all get this worked out. Because I want you to know.
Whose law specifically?
But so when the court puts on orders on somebody, if you don't follow those orders, like anybody, the court.
What if they're corrupt and aren't in the best interest of the people?
There's a way to go about that, which is what we're working out now. There's definitely a way to go about that, and he's certainly got people helping him with that. And hopefully everything can get worked out. That's the idea, right?
It should have been worked out 3 years ago.
Yeah, unfortunately we weren't involved in it 3 years ago. And so obviously now we're working back in time, and he's been working on that. And
what is he working on specifically?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to work with your dad. Like I said, I don't represent your mom. I don't represent him. I'm just kind of in the middle, like you. So
the way I see it, my dad hasn't done anything wrong. I chose to be with him. At any given point during these 14 months I stayed with him, I could have left.
Yeah.
they're trying to act like my dad basically was keeping me hostage over there or something like that, which didn't happen. You know, when I was with my dad, just everything was going great for me. Up until now, where he's just been forcefully taken out of my life. And I can't, see him. My dad would normally be the first person I talk to about anything. He'd always give me great advice when it comes to anything, whether that would be relevant or not.
I mean, he seems like a great dad.
He is a great dad. He's better than most. I mean,
especially if most of you guys are in your relationship to somebody. I mean, that's what you want from a parent, right? You want somebody that's like your best friend.
I've seen like other parents, not really go to the extent to care about their kid, kind of like how my dad has. They'd stick around, but they wouldn't really, like, I'm trying to think of a way to explain it, but they wouldn't really like being around their kid. They're just like, I'm trying to think of a word to describe it, but, I've seen it happen where, like, they just don't have a good relationship. They're just there to basically tell their kid to do whatever, and that's not really the way I see it, a parent's supposed to be.
Somebody that you want to hang out with and somebody that you want to be with. I can tell you that I see us and telling us what you need and what you want. And it's certainly something that I have no problem bringing up to the court. I think hopefully your dad can work out whatever is going on in the courts with the orders that had already been put in place 3 years ago, that we can sort of work our way back to doing that. It's going to take some time, and we're going to work it out. But now that you've spoken with us, it's certainly something that we can.
If I had the chance, I would live with him full time, because my dad, he respects my wishes. My mom, if she had full custody as she has right now, she would make things very difficult for me as it's been going on right now.
I can tell you though, just so you know, your mom has spoken out to us many times saying she doesn't want to keep you from your dad, and made that very clear, at least to me, that her goal was not to remove you from your dad.
I understand.
And so hopefully we can work out the problems with the courts and your dad, and then hopefully we can work something out so you can be back with your dad. Because I don't think anybody wants to keep you away from your dad. I think it's more about your dad.
It should be about, this entire thing should be for, me and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I see it, it's not, This whole thing could just be settled by me just being, because I've said it many times, I want to live full time with my dad. When I was living over with him, full time, I feel like I had a say on everything.
Yeah.
And now I don't feel like I have that say anymore. Which is,
Do you like being back with your sister?
I like being back with my sister. I'm very happy that I basically get to see her after a long time. Given the circumstances at the time, I wasn't able to, but now I can. And it's very nice seeing her.
I think it's hopefully, like I said, we can work something out for that and the courts and try and figure out what's best for everybody. I think everyone can agree, your mom included, us included, that the best part is for you to have a relationship with your dad and be able to see your dad, talk to your dad, be with your dad.
And why hasn't it happened already?
Because until your dad makes it clear to the court that he's willing to comply with orders,
With what specific orders?
with whatever future. Right now, we can't change the past, right? What's already happened has happened, and we are where we are right now. But until your dad is going to
I'm just going to say it for the record, my dad has my best interest better than anybody in the family court. Thank you. He has. I mean, I've seen it myself. He's made it obvious to me. And just looking back after everything I've seen that closed day.
We're going to work out the issues with family court, but we can't change the past. So what's happened has happened, and we are where we are right now. And all we can do is look forward to what we can make better. And I think what we can make better is if everybody is on the same page with the goal is getting you back with your dad. That can't happen overnight. That can't. Unfortunately, the laws, the reports move slowly, and we're going to work towards that. But it's going to take everybody working towards that, your dad included. And so we all have to work together on that. So I'm going to work with his defense attorney, and we'll see what we can do. And we're going to move forward, but right now the orders are you have to save your mom. And
I just want freedom out of this. I mean, I'm old enough to basically have a say in which parent I want to live with. I've proven to be competent many times when it comes to basically saying what I want, what I need.
yeah.
So the fact that it isn't already done now is very concerning to me.
I mean, I can tell you that at this point, I mean, you've spoken to us, you've told us. I don't have anything to do with the family court.
I understand.
But in the criminal court where we are, is I'm happy to tell the court that. You know, the problem is that I had violated a family court order that then crossed over with the criminal courts, and even though the orders that
He didn't commit anything wrong. I mean, what he did was violate, well,
it's okay to say he violated an order, he just doesn't believe that the order was a just order, and that's okay.
because it wasn't.
And that's something he's going to fight out in family court, and that's okay. But there's a process to do that, and because he didn't do that process, we are here where we are right now. And so, like I said, my goal is I can't go back and change what happened 3 years ago, or even a year ago, or even 6 months ago. But talking with you and moving forward, my goal, and so you know, is to make sure that everybody is heard and that your voice, most importantly.
The way I see it, my dad did not violate that order. I made that chance. I made that choice to stay with him.
I understand that. However,
I could have left at any given point and followed the order myself.
it's true.
He basically just, you know what I mean? He let me stay there. And that's what all parents should do.
Yeah.
Always be there for their kids whenever they need. Not be forced out from them forcefully.
Yeah. The problem is that because you have a child, even though you are very well grown, very intelligent and
Okay.
articulate, the law says that even though a kid wants to be with the parent, if the parent is the one that's told by a court to do something and the parent doesn't do it, then that's the fault of the parent, not the kid. But just because the kid wants to be somewhere doesn't
It should be
mean
the fault of the parent if the kid wants to stay with them and he's clearly stated that he wants to live with that parent full time. It's the fault of the commissioner because she should be looking out for the people, not the, not themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
And hopefully, like I said,
she should be held accountable. She should be held accountable, not my dad for doing anything wrong. He's always had my back more than, anybody, like I said, anybody in the family court has ever had. Anybody who tries to pretend like they're there for the people. My dad, I miss him and I need him, and it seems like no one is listening to me. And it's just hurtful, I never ever got a chance to speak in court, and it would be great as if, during my dad's jury meeting, that I get to basically be there and say what I need, because I've been wanting the opportunity for a very long time.
I'm happy to help you with that because honestly, I'm not trying to keep you from your dad. And I'm happy telling you for it. Listen to Bryce. The problem is that even if the criminal court, because family court's different. Family court can take your opinion and what you want, and they should take that into consideration when they're making orders.
Mm-hmm.
Again, maybe that didn't happen, and I can't change that. But what I can help with is in the criminal court, where your dad is right now, is making sure that your voice is heard. And in the
You
criminal
shouldn't be
court,
there. You don't know that.
I think the problem is that the violation of the order, even though he doesn't believe that it was
The order
a
was
just
correct.
order, there's a way of going about making sure that correct orders are fixed. And rather than doing that route, unfortunately, your dad didn't do that. And so,
So what should have be done?
there's unfortunately a lot of things that I could have, should have, would have, or, wanted to advise back then. But like I said, we can't change the past. And so we have to just move on and do what we can to make it better. which is what I want to do, to make it better. But again, it's going to take some cooperation with your dad, because if his whole goal is to get back to you, and your whole goal is to get back to him, and your mom's not standing in the wedding. Your mom is actually trying to do as much as she can to support your dad.
Good.
She said she'll come to court. She said she'll do whatever it takes. So the problem is the criminal court has nothing to do with your mom.
It doesn't. She has nothing to do with anything criminal, but she does, however, have a say in family court, which is why this whole thing started.
That's true. Very true. You're very smart. You're very smart to recognize that. But, so you know, your mom is willing and able and has told me she wants to come into court and do whatever she can. Now that I've spoken to you, you're willing and able to come into court. So you do what you can. You'll handle the criminal stuff first, and then hopefully the family court stuff can get figured out at the same time or shortly thereafter.
I want to be his witness.
Please.
My dad, he's done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I've been there. This whole thing revolves around me. The fact that it's just, this whole thing is just, a circus at this point. It's just, there's no point in this even doing anything anymore. Made it clear so many times, I want to live with my dad, I want to stay with him. Said that probably like 3 times talking to you guys. I need him. He's taught me to basically learn how to advocate for myself. He basically taught me better than pretty much me being at a public school ever. During the start of this whole ordeal, I was lacking in social abilities, and now I'm at the top of my game when it comes to advocacy again.
Yeah, I mean, you're very sociable. I can speak with you. You're very articulate. Like I said, you're intelligent. You are advocating for yourself. And I definitely don't want to tell you not to do that. I want to help you do that.
Thank you.
And I'm more than happy to let defense know that you certainly want to be a witness for your dad. And I'm happy to have you as a witness as well. Because like I said, my favorite thing about my job is giving people who don't feel like they have a voice in the court.
That's great.
So now, again, there's a difference between criminal court and family court. I can't help you much with family, unfortunately, because I don't do family. But with the criminal court side, you, your mom, your sister, everybody's willing to do whatever they can to help your dad. So I think that's good, because at least that's one thing you guys are all on the same page in. And like you said, your mom loves you. You love your mom. You know that. Your sister loves you. You love your sister. It doesn't change. You love your dad, and your dad very much loves you.
I've seen it.
So that's good. So again, thank you so much, Bryce, for talking to us.
Of course.
And if there's anything that, we're from the criminal side.
I understand.
So if there's anything that we can do on the criminal side, we're happy to make sure that your voice is heard, okay?
Great.
And I'm going to do my best to try and work things out with your dad so that we can end the criminal, and that way he can move forward in the family to make his way to sort of try and get you back in his life, in his house, and whatever you guys want to move forward in life. Because you're so young, there's so much more that you're going to get to do in life. What's one of your favorite things to do?
I love the boogie board at the beach.
Oh, I love boogie boarding. What's your favorite beach?
My favorite beach? There's a bunch. I like going to Oceanside a whole bunch.
Yeah. Isn't it so nice over there?
It is.
It's the water's nice. There's lots of beach area.
Have you gone to Del Mar?
I have.
I go there all the time with my dad.
Really? That's awesome. And you're like a typical Californian, right? Because Californians love to go to the beach and play. So there's so much more that you're going to get to see in life, and you're going to get to see your dad. No one's going to take you away from your dad. It's just right now, we have to figure out a couple of ways and a couple steps to get there. So in the criminal side, we're going to handle the criminal stuff first. And then, once we get that taken care of, we're going to move to the family court side.
Great.
Okay. So again, you can reach out to us as much as you want. And just like I said, take one step at a time.
This everything that's been happening has just caused me great suffering. I haven't been able to see my dad, the one person I've had, always had my back for everything, like I said.
I'm so sorry.
Me and my dad got arrested, for no reason. you know.
We'll handle one thing at a time. And the first thing we'll do is try and get the criminal court handled. And like I said, everybody is more than happy, your mom, your sister, you, to be there in support of your dad. No, and then like I said, that doesn't involve them. Then we have to go to the family court side. So one step first is figuring out the criminal stuff, and then we'll move to the family court. Okay?
I understand. If I just basically got to be with my dad full time, all these problems here would be solved. I mean, he would let me see my mom whenever I needed. And he constantly always wanted me to have a relationship with her.
Okay. And that's something, once we get through the criminal side, that's something that you're going to be able to tell the family court, and that's something that hopefully those family court orders will change. And I think that's what the family court wants. The family court wants you to have two parents in your life, and the family court wants to hear from you.
Well, the commissioner hearing our case probably said otherwise, because why would she basically make an order for supervised visitations with my dad, and for me not to even have contact with him, physical and digitally, you know, at all?
And you should tell you that what is most important for you to remember is that's all in the past, and we can't go back in time. There are so many things I wish that I could literally go back in time and change. But now that you are an advocate for yourself, you're so smart and intelligent, and you're speaking up for what you want,
Thanks my dad for that.
then you'll be able to tell the family court that this is what I need and this is what I want. We can't change the past, but we can
Great.
try and work on fixing the future.
Great. That's, you know, I've been wanting to have a chance to speak in court and say what I needed for 3 years now. It'd be great to finally have that chance.
And we're not the courts, but we're one step closer to the court.
Great.
So we will first deal with the criminal case and try and get that all squared away, and then we'll move to the family court case.
Great. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks for talking to me about
No,
this.
thank you for telling us everything. And I hope that you get to the movie party soon. Maybe it's hard. I know.
It is.
It is. But you know what? We're talking about how nice the beaches are, and he's truly a California kid because one of his favorite places is go boogie boarding.
Yeah.
How to surf, you know, his friends is teaching him how to
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, are you gonna take the next step to surfing?
Yes.
I haven't done it yet, but it's definitely on my bucket list. So if you've got a good trainer, maybe you can recommend somebody, because I think because living in California, especially in Southern California, where there's so many beaches around, why not?
Yeah. My dad said he would teach me to learn how to surf once we went over to Hawaii. It's something we've been planning forever.
What island do you want to go to again?
Honolulu.
Honolulu.
Yeah.
See, so maybe you take up this, and you know, we can't change the past, but we're going to look towards the future. And your goal maybe will be able to surf. That way, when you go to Hawaii with your dad sometime in the future, you'll be able to teach him how to surf.
Yeah. So I never saw him surf, but he tells me stories all the time of like him surfing with his friends. I remember this one story he told me where like his friend got stung in his finger, like in the face or whatever.